What's the
Fire away.
latest with Bogut?
Bogues practiced today, and we didn't scrimmage or anything. We got up and down the floor a little bit with some drill work, and he did everything. I would just say he's questionable for tomorrow. He's got to go through his warm-up tomorrow before the game, and we'll see. But I would say it was encouraging today just to get him on the floor, and there were no setbacks when he was getting up and down.
I know you're not going to do a shoot-around, but will you guys do a walkthrough tomorrow night?
No walkthrough. Okay. This was basically our shoot-around on our practice, and we'll just have everybody, kind of go through their usual pregame routine for the 6 o'clock start.
So pretty close to a game-time decision on him after he goes through his
Yeah. Nothing tomorrow morning. He'll go through his pregame workout. We'll make the decision then.
You guys obviously want him to play, but you feel pretty confident in the depth and that you have at that position if he can't go?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got Festus and Andy and Mo, so we do have a lot of players at that position who we feel very comfortable playing. But this is probably the biggest, strongest team in the league, so we need Andrew, and we want him out there. But if he's not there, we gotta just play and trust our other guys.
Do you think it's a sense of like maybe dictating the style? Like even if they do have two bigs out there, if you guys can rebound and run, it may force them out of it?
I think that'll be a theme in the series is the pace, and they like to play fast too, and it'll be interesting to see the different matchups, different lineups that both teams throw out there. I think both teams are deep, and I thought their bench played well against San Antonio, and so that'll be an important part of the series for both of us.
Steve, this is a team that the last few years, 2 or 3 years, has been touted as the future with the two great players and hasn't quite made it, and now they're the step they need and they're facing you guys. You know what you're up against.
Yeah, we know exactly what we're up against. They've been one of the best teams in the league for 6-7 years, and the reality is in this league, all you can ask for is to give yourself a swing at the plate every year, and they've had a lot of swings, and they've come, really, really close, getting to the finals, losing to Miami. They've been in the conference finals. I think this will be 4 out of the last 6 years. They're one of the best teams in the league. They just haven't been able to get over the hump yet, but we know that they're more than capable of that, and we're going to have to play our best to beat them.
Steve, is there any reason Klay couldn't sustain what he's done over the last 2 series the rest of the way?
Nope, I don't think it gets any harder than Harden and Lillard in terms of individual defense. So that's as tough as it gets. And given what he's done in both series, shooting the ball and defending, I don't see any reason why it won't continue.
The offensive numbers have obviously been greatest, but has it been that individual defense that has...
It's the combination. Being able to shoot the ball like that when you've expended so much energy at the defensive end of the floor is an amazing ability, an amazing skill. And so we're lucky to have him.
After we spoke to you yesterday, Draymond said he kept his mouth shut for an entire practice, even with some bad refereeing that Harrison also noted. Do you, in all seriousness, appreciate him taking this to heart, that he can't really afford to slip up too much more?
Yeah, I will appreciate it if he indeed takes it to heart. We did call a couple bad calls on him yesterday. May or not have been on purpose to see what he would do. But Draymond's one of the smartest players, smartest people I've been around in this league. He plays with so much passion and force and energy. He knows when to draw the line, and he comes close. He walks that line. But I would be shocked if he picked up a 7th technical. I would also be shocked if he didn't pick up a 5th and a 6th. So look for that.
What's it take for Klay to be able to do what he's been doing defensively, given that Lillard and Harden and Westbrook they're really different types of players. You know, what does it take, and how does he comprehend the scout and take it in?
Well, every player, every team presents a different challenge. We watch a lot of film. Klay has been in this league playing against all these guys for a long time, so he knows their tendencies. He knows Lillard prefers to go left over right. You know, he knows James Harden is going to go up and under and try to draw fouls. He's watched and guarded Westbrook an awful lot. So before every series, you get locked in on your opponent. We try to help with the game plan and what we're trying to accomplish. Then it's a matter of players getting it done, both individually and collectively. And he's been on it through 2 rounds. I think he'll do a great job in this round.
Better on-court learner, or someone that watches video and takes it from there, or?
I think he's a visual learner. Yeah, I think he responds really well to watching on tape and seeing what's transpiring. And he doesn't say a lot, as you guys know, but he absorbs a lot. He's all over it. He kind of sends off this vibe that he's that he's a little out there, but it's the old expression, still waters run deep, something like that. There's a lot more in there than you think.
I know you're not focused on the entertainment factor, but given the players involved and the styles these teams play, does this series have the potential to be as good as playoff basketball can get, just from a wow and excitement factor?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of star power out there. They've got players who can make spectacular individual plays, obviously with Russell and KD, and we've got 3 All-Stars ourselves, and both teams have really good supporting casts. Both teams like to get up and down the floor. I think we were the top 2 teams in terms of offensive rating, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of potential for entertaining play, and should be fiercely competitive.
Bogut moved well today. I mean, you said it was encouraging. So in the back and forth that you did get to see him running, and
yeah, I thought he moved well. But again, we didn't scrimmage, and we didn't ever go full bore, and that's what we're going to have to see. And so we'll know more tomorrow night. He'll probably go pretty hard in his pregame workout to get a feel for that.
Do you think it would have been possible for Stephen to play as freely as he does with you, with Phil Jackson back in your days?
Is it possible for Steph to play as freely for me as
back when he was playing with back under Phil Jackson?
As I did when I played for Phil?
Yeah.
I would say Steph plays a lot more freely than I did. I was scared to death to make a mistake.
Do you think that Phil Jackson would have let him play?
Oh, if Steph played for Phil Jackson,
would he be what he is right now, Phil Jackson?
Oh yeah,
Would coach
yeah.
him open?
Yeah. I mean, Michael Jordan was the best player of all time, and he flourished under Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson he didn't win 11 titles only because he had great players. He's one of the greatest coaches ever, and Steph would have thrived in any offense, and Phil would have adapted really well to having Steph on his roster for sure.
Steph mentioned after the last series he really stressed that he didn't want Klay's effort to get overlooked. Why is it that Klay is susceptible to that?
Why is it that Klay is
susceptible to even Steph worrying that it would get overlooked?
Well, Klay doesn't even want the limelight. He just likes to play, and he would prefer not to do any media, and I don't think he cares at all about having his name out there or doing endorsements or whatever. In many ways, he's the perfect kind of second star on a team because of that. So Steph and Draymond get most of the attention. Klay enjoys being in the background, living his life quietly, and our guys know that, they see that, but they want him to receive the attention that he deserves because of how good he is. So it's nice for Steph to say that.
I was playing around with the tracking number.
Sorry, I took right here. To have a guy like that, I mean, he is somewhat still a star, and to not want that attention, to not have that kind of ego.
Yeah, I mean, it's important because every team has kind of a pecking order. totem pole, however you want to put it. And guys need to slide into roles. And there are teams where maybe you have two guys who want the attention and want the ball, and maybe it doesn't click. But the personalities have to fit, just like the skills have to fit. And I think that's one of the strengths of our team is that people enjoy being around one another. They are comfortable in their roles, and I think Klay is a huge part of that.
There are guys who would even take umbrage at you saying the second star on
Right,
the team. They would take that as a slight.
Yeah, Klay would not. Yeah.
I was playing around with the tracking numbers yesterday, and he ran more than 2.5 miles a game during the postseason. What do you make of his stamina, his ability to do that?
I think that Klay is an amazing athlete, and I think sometimes when we talk about who's a great athlete and who's not, we focus on how high a guy jumps or how fast he is, and that's certainly one dynamic of athleticism. But to me, there's a couple more. There's hand-eye and balance. So you're talking about Steve Nash, Steph, Klay. That's a type of athleticism, and then stamina and strength and ability to play huge minutes. Klay absolutely qualifies. Draymond would qualify. So there's different ways to look at athleticism, but Klay's a machine. He really is. He never seems to get tired.
Like the media stuff, but when he engages in that, he's sensational, as you might have noticed or not. But he can be so thought-provoking on stuff.
Very funny too.
Yeah, right.
He's very funny internally in our meetings, and so Klay is who he is, and that's the beauty of him. He's happy. He loves what he does. He loves being around his teammates, and we love having him. All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.